you go. That's fabulous news for all taxi drivers. Kudos to everyone who's done this. I think you brought a smile to a lot of people's faces.
That's right. The end to modern day slavery. So big news. That's the atmosphere yesterday. You've seen it yourselves.
That's right.
And let's get to the topic.
All right. Now, speaking of incentives and anything else that comes your way if you're a business income earner. So we've got a guest in the studio to talk to us about what do you need to know if you are a business income earner. So we've got with us Puan Asriah Shaari, who is the Director of Corporate Services Department, Inland Revenue Board of Malaysia. Good morning, Puan.
Good morning,
Annie.
Puan.
Thank you so much for joining us.
So, Puan, business owners, 6 more days, right?
Yes, yes.
It's not too late now?
It's not too late. You still have until the 30th of June. And if you're lucky, we may give you another 15 days, provided you send your form via internet, electronic filing.
E-filing,
yes. Normally we give an extra 15 days for taxpayers who submit their returns via internet.
I see. Now, Puan, of course, let's start off with the difference between Borang B and Borang BE.
Borang B and Borang BE. Okay. I think you've already submitted your Borang BE.
Yes.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
Because Borang BE
His means yes.
we can speak to,
Hey, come on, man. Don't put me under the spotlight.
Hey, the camera guys are laughing, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know why they're laughing. But I have.
Okay, I can check. Borang BE is for people like us who are earning a salary. We are in employment and we do not have business income. Provided we do not have business income, we'll be submitting a Borang BE. But if you have business income, any form of business, and that is you are, direct selling is a form of business, receiving commission, actually doing a business, trading income.
Even if it's online business and you're not registered anywhere.
Any kind of business, as long as you are in a profit-making kind of situation, you're considered having a business, and you have to file a Form B. Okay.
All right, so let's talk about the business owners itself. Now, what kind of incentives or rights do they have when they do this filing? Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that.
Okay.
I know they're all. Do they, in the first place, let me ask you this one, do they file early or do they file, or do they wait for that 15 extra days?
It's a worldwide kind of habit. Everybody does it last minute. Everybody, all worldwide. It's not just a Malaysian culture. They leave it to the last minute. It's like going to the dentist. They leave.
It's only when
the thing about tax is not everybody is taxable. Okay, if you're making a loss, you're not taxed because in the income tax law, if you're running a business, you are allowed deductions. Deductions are expenses that are allowed when you are running a business. Deductions that are expenses that are wholly and exclusively incurred in the production of income. Let's say if you run a business, a trading business, you need a van, right, to transport or to when you buy your stuff and all that. So that van, the petrol that you use to run that van is an allowable expense. Okay?
I'm a little curious,
like that,
if you don't mind me asking this. Now, there are a lot of people, women especially, who are going on online business. It's becoming a fad right now.
Yes.
Everybody's starting an online business. They may necessarily not be registered as a taxpayer.
Thanks to you, they will now be under the spotlight. Her fault.
No, we are aware.
But no, I'm just genuinely asking.
Yes.
Okay. Proceed.
That's true.
So now, if it's the case, then how do they actually still pay tax? Because they probably come below a certain bracket, isn't it?
Right. Okay, you're right. Like I said, as long as you're running a business, okay, and you have an income, that means you have profits from that business, you have to register a tax file. Okay, because eventually you are going to be taxable. Nobody runs a business with the with the hope of losing, right? They would want to make an income or a profit eventually. So when you do make a profit, you want your losses to be set off.
That's true.
Because you're allowed to carry forward your losses. So even if you're running at a loss and you have a business, online, offline, whatever kind of business, yes, as long as why do you do business? You want to gain, you want to get income. So as long as your motive is to gain profit or income, you are carrying on a business.
I see. Good
All right.
definition. All right. Now, Puan, June 30th, it's a
Yes.
big date to remember
Yes.
because not only is it the deadline for you to submit the Borang B,
Yeah.
it is also the deadline whereby you have to settle
Settle,
all
yes.
of last year's tax
Right.
payment.
Yes, you're
So
right.
a little
You-
bit. Huh?
Wow, you know a lot about tax.
He's
Chey.
done his.
I told you I've done it, man. I've done it.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys, why are you laughing? I've done it, man.
You are the nation's hero.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh.
Yes. People who are responsible and submit their income tax on time, tax return on time, and pay their taxes. Well, you're the nation's hero.
Hey,
There you go.
good.
Okay, so about the payment,
Yes.
right? You have to pay as soon as you submit your return
Okay.
form. If you have a tax payable.
Right.
If you do it online, you can, once you fill it up, at the end, it tells you whether you have tax payable or tax that is refundable to you. Okay, this is possible because you have been paying bi-monthly. You have been paying towards your income tax for 2011 bi-monthly in installments. So at the when you submit your return form, it's either you have overpaid or underpaid. If you're overpaid, we return the money. If you're underpaid, you have to make good the payment, which is considered debt to us within 30 days. You are given 30 days. It's not as though you have to pay immediately. We give you within 30 days. But if you don't pay within the 30 days, we will, of course, have to penalize you. And yes,
So
I
let's.
see.
What's the
the
Should
penalty.
we even
Yeah.
ask about the penalty?
Yeah, it's only 10%.
Yeah.
It's only
10%.
10%. Some people are
10%.
better, some people put it in the bank, say they get more
It's
returns.
Much, yeah. Okay. So payment methods, perhaps.
Okay.
Can we actually use a credit card? You know why? More collect points.
Yes. Yeah, we understand that. Oh, that's a good point. That's what we're
But
trying
is
to
that,
do.
is that allowed?
It's not yet.
Yeah,
But we have
man.
been trying to
Incorporate it.
Yes, we're trying to get our policy, our masters
Yeah,
political
why not?
our because we're under the Ministry of Finance, so we have been trying to suggest this in the budget every year that taxpayers be allowed to pay via credit card. But the mode of payment actually, it's we're very kind. We say okay, you pay towards your this year's tax bi-monthly since the year you earn the income, which means last year you were already paying towards your tax. That's why you don't feel the pain so much when you have to settle it.
Well, we're talking about penalty for people who have not paid their tax
Yes,
from
yes.
previous years. But what about the ones who don't file by 30th of June? Is
There
there
are two, yeah.
again, business owners and individuals, maybe you can elaborate a little bit,
Yes.
Puan?
Okay. You see, they say it's double jeopardy.
Ah.
Okay. There is a penalty for payment, like I said. Okay. If you do not pay within 30 days, you penalize 10%, and then
10%.
another 60 days, another 5%. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. That's for payment. But you can also get a penalty for not submitting your income tax return form by the due date, meaning by 30th June.
Right.
If you do not submit it by 30th June, there will be a penalty of about 200 to 2,000, and
Depending on your...
how many times
how many-
you have.
Well,
Right.
that's
It's
painful.
not worth it. It's not
That's not
worth
wor-
to
yeah,
pay the
exactly.
penalty.
I mean,
That's
it's-
why
it's a
I
very
said
simple thing to
yes,
fill up the
because why
form.
should you be penalized when if your records are in order and the form is very simple,
Yep.
especially if you go online. We prefer our taxpayers to submit the return forms via internet.
Yeah. You have a sample of the form with you, Puan?
Yes,
Maybe
I
you can
have.
show it up
yes.
to the camera.
Okay,
Yeah,
this
you
is
brought
what
a
we.
bunch of it.
Let's see if we can hold this up.
Yes.
Here you go.
Yeah, it's quite simple.
Yep.
It's not. It's just a few pages, and you don't have to fill all these, columns. You can just some columns only are necessary.
Let us just show this to the camera.
Ah,
Okay, there you
right.
go.
Annie,
Here we go.
it
The
doesn't
official
look-
form holder.
it doesn't look familiar to you, Annie?
It looks very familiar to me,
Are
Stephen.
you sure?
It looks extremely
What is
familiar.
very
to me.
important for
Okay,
businesses,
okay.
what I want to point out here is for businesses, because there's a business code there, because we have codified businesses, so they have to ensure that they put in the right business code for their business.
Right, that's important.
Yes.
And as you mentioned, they don't need to fill up all the pages.
Yes,
It's only
no.
the relevant pages
Yes,
that they need
right.
to fill up.
But
yeah?
and if you do it online, they will tell you which are the mandatory page,
Right.
columns. If
Right.
you haven't filled, you can't proceed to the next page, which is
okay.
difficult if you were to do it manually,
Yeah,
right?
so it's much more easier
Yes,
online.
Exactly. Yes.
And it's interesting that the Inland Revenue Board has actually allowed businesses to file online, not
Yes,
only on paper,
because
but on,
you don't have to submit any documents. I mean, you have to keep documents.
Yep.
But when you when you submit your returns, you don't have to include your documents.
True.
Okay.
And the other thing is, of course, you're going environmental because it's
Yes,
cutting down lesser
paperless.
trees.
Right. I think
Paperless,
the next
that's the other objective, isn't
right.
it?
Yes. Yes.
And guys, right, the segment where they're asking you partnership 1, partnership 2, partnership 3, and partnership 4 does not mean they're asking you about the names of your 4 wives, okay? Ironically, it's 4.
No, I think there's more space.
And do you see an increase from business owners filing e-filing? Do you
Yes,
see them doing
definitely.
it physically?
There is an increase because we have the statistics. Each year, our returns via internet is increasing. From 50% now. This year, we're trying to target up to 63%.
That's fantastic. So everyone's a little more in tune
Yes.
with the e-filing.
Right.
That's-
And
it's like a click away, isn't
Right,
it?
everything's a click away with us now. We have on our website, if you go to www.hasil.gov, we have easy hasil. So it's easy. You can pay via internet too, and you can go to the banks via the counter. You can pay, through ATM. So it's there's no excuse. That's it.
I know. I think the IRB has done a fantastic job
Thank
putting
you.
this online.
Thank you, Anne.
Because you've made life easier for everyone out there.
Yes.
Puan,
We
and-
tried.
and
We
there's no
tried.
excuse to say, look, I can't file it by the
Yes.
30th because
Yes.
I didn't have my forms with me.
Exactly.
One
right.
of the top of the range for government
Right.
bodies.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
efficient.
Yes.
Kudos. Definitely kudos.
Now, Puan, you were mentioning about tax deductible items just now.
Right, right.
Expenses for your petrol and things
yes,
like that. So these are the more common tax deductible items that I'm sure the majority out there knows about. But maybe you can share a little bit more about what are the other items that are tax deductibles that, hey, not many of us know, the hidden jewels.
I mean, maybe like if you're an actor, an actress, and you're earning a commission kind of income, I mean, you can claim expenses for your cosmetics and things like that because you need in your
Your
in
day-to-day job,
day-to-day
yeah.
job, you need to incur such expenses. And then we have what we call double deductions, okay, to encourage companies or entrepreneurs or sole proprietors to employ physically challenged people. We give a double deduction if you provide amenities or facilities for such employees.
Fantastic.
Yes, we do. And I mean, we're available anytime if you need advice or assistance. You can call us at 1300-883010, which is our toll-free line. Yes.
Right. Well, now for individuals, now a little bit away from the topic, just steering a little bit away. For individuals, for instance, when they, as Stephen mentioned, what are those items that are little incentives for them?
Oh,
to
you
claim?
Okay.
TV presenter, our baju.
Yeah, baju
I don't know
susah
about
sikit baju
Susah sikit.
because
Gel.
baju nanti boleh pakai tempat lain kan.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, yang deductions are expenses, right? I mean, as long as the expense, when you talk about, because we have 3 kinds of, if you like, deductions.
Yep.
We have deductions, we have reliefs, and we have rebates. You see, we have these 3 levels of giveaways, if you like. Okay, deductions, when you talk about deductions, they are actually the expenses that you incur in producing the business income. As long as it's wholly and exclusively incurred in the production of income, we will allow it. Even things like if you get saman and you get penalized for breaking the speed limit, but you are trying to get from point A to point B because you to meet a client, we will allow you that. Yeah, things like that. Little
Hidden
things.
jewels.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the other thing, after we've determined your business income, we allow you reliefs. Reliefs is things like, for yourself, you get up to 9,000. If you're married and your wife's not working, you get 3,000. For each child that you have, you get 1,000. You can have 14 children, you can get
Oh, good God.
14,000.
Okay. Let's not encourage 14 children.
Things like, if your child is below 18, automatically you get 1,000. If above 18 and schooling, you get 1,000.
Right.
If above 18 in in a tertiary education, diploma, university and things like that, you get extra 4,000, I think.
I can't wait to fill up the partnership segment.
Not the segment kind of partnership that you're looking at. Right now, for all of you out there, if you want to know more, of course, you can go into their website.
Yes.
Puan, if you would kindly just give
Roll
the
it
website
out,
out.
Yes, it's www.hasil.gov.my.
There you go. All right. So www.hasil.gov.my.
Yes.
That would be the website. You can check out more information about the rebates, the deductions, the reliefs that they are offering,
Yes.
as well as your e-filing form. It's available online, so there's
Yes.
no reason why you should actually delay yourself.
Yes,
Isn't it?
yes.
6 more days, right?
6 more days.
yes.
Now, if they do, again, just to reiterate and just to remind the viewers, if they do want to take an extra time, that 15 days,
Yes.
do they have to write in, or
No,
how does
they
that
don't.
work?
They don't have to write in as long as they submit the return forms electronically.
Electronically,
Yes.
that's the 15 days.
The 15
grace
days is
period.
only for those who send via internet.
Okay.
Use our e-form,
Okay.
electronic
Puan,
form. Yes.
before we leave you for this morning, one last advice to the viewers out there, especially the business owners.
To the business owners, I really want you to keep proper records. You have to make sure you have complete records, do your profit and loss accounts, your balance sheets, and please submit your return form by 30th June if you're doing it via the paper form. But if you're doing electronically, you have until 15th of June.
Okay, so there you
Sorry,
go.
15th of July.
15th of July,
Yes.
there you go. But of course,
Exactly.
15th of July is only a grace period. If it's
Yes.
online, possibly to advise everyone, just make sure that you submit by the 30th of June. It makes life simpler for
Yes,
everyone.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there you go. Keep your receipts for 7 years.
Yes, 7
That's right.
years.
That's the mandatory period, right?
Yeah.
He's done his filing. Juan, thank you so
Cheers.
much. for
Thank you so
joining
much,
us this
Annie.
morning.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Stephen. Yeah, I
Thank
think
you,
I
Puan.
need to get you to come over and be an icon for
There
us.
you go.
Wow! Comes knocking.
There
This
you
is
go.
cool. I like. Is there a like button?
But if we pay you anything, it'll be taxable.
Uh-oh. Okay, so there is the pros and cons.
I can't hide that income, right? Because it's from the lion's mouth itself. Thank you, Puan.
Thank you,
Stephen.
Puan.
Thank
Thank
you,
you very
Annie.
much for
It's a
joining us.
pleasure.
Wonderful
It's been a pleasure.
All right, so there you go.
go.
Income tax returns. It's 30th of June. Please take heed. Malaysia, make those submissions as soon as you can.
That's right.
Now we're moving on to a next topic, which is on Agora Enterprise, the green